If you celebrate Christmas and have ever thought about getting an artificial tree but had some reservations, our next guest is here to show you how to pick out a tree for your home and lifestyle. Bobby Mesha from Kew Gardens Patio and Garden Center says nowadays new lighting and lifelike advancements make artificial trees look really real. Bobby joins us now. Welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
All right, how popular are artificial trees these days?
Very much so. At the store we sell more artificial trees than our cut tree lot does.
Really?
And that's changed over the last few years as they get more real, as the advancements in lighting it's gotten better. It just seems so much easier, and it's the way we are, hustle bustle lifestyle. You don't have to worry about watering the tree and making sure, cleaning up the needles and taking care of it through the season.
Well, something that has held people back from buying artificial trees that they often think it's too difficult to put together.
Yeah.
How difficult is it, or how easy is it?
Most trees now are right out of the box, stand, and 3 parts to the tree.
And that's it?
That's it.
All right, let's show everybody right now how easy it is to put it together.
I took the stand out, set it up, put the one largest piece into the stand. At that point, you just have a little wire, you'll undo, and your branches will flop down into place.
So
They're now
easy.
On hinges
Yes.
instead of branch by branch.
And the
by
lights
branch.
are already on
Lights
the tree.
are built on most of the trees are going to be coming in through pre-lit. Not all. If you don't like, you want to do your own light thing, you could still get one without lights, but many of them are done pre-lit, multicolor, clear. And as far as setup, here's section number 2. Plug in.
And the lights are on. That easy.
In and flop down.
Bobby, when I grew up, when I was growing up, I had an artificial tree. We had those color-coded trees where each branch had a specific color so that we would know where to put it.
Most better trees now are going to be on hinges. Each branch is already attached to your section, and it just flops down and hinges into place. With the exception to your top, which is all stiff wire, and it's going to peg in.
And then connect.
Plug in. And then what's really going to take time, and then this would be the case on all artificial trees, is shaping. They're going to come to you more crunched up. Make sure that you touch every single branch tip, spreading them out from inside out.
You want to make sure it's a full tree.
Make sure it's a full tree. Otherwise, that's the only thing that's really going to take a little bit of time, but as far as ease, from floor to standing, it's not much.
And we need to straighten out our tree. It's at the top there as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. And how tall are these trees?
You'll see them from 2 foot to 12 foot. This is a 6.5 foot.
And this is 7.5.
Would be the most popular size for most homes with an 8-foot ceiling or so.
And you have all kinds of trees that you've brought us here. What is this one made of?
This is a good example of the newest advancements in LED lighting. A lot of people want to go green. They want to have an energy efficient light set. They're putting LED light sets now built onto your artificial trees and other greenery.
We should show everybody this example that you brought here. Now, this is an LED lights that you put outside, right?
Right. These are a little bit more harsh, a little bit more stark, more icy kind of
coloring. You can see the
coloring.
difference here when you put it against this tree.
And the new generation of LED lighting, they've warmed it up. They've created as close as they can to that incandescent glow that you'd feel in a regular light.
Of course, LED lighting conserves energy.
Conserves energy, will outlast. The bulb life is much greater than an incandescent bulb, and the energy usage is just a small fraction.
Now, this tree is fairly soft.
Yes. This is a good example, actually, of an example of a molded tip. This is taking over where these PVC strips did to, I don't know if you remember the old bottle brush type.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
they felt like more bristles,
more
right?
bristly.
Like bristly, yeah.
The outer tips are molded, softer, and more realistic.
Absolutely. Now we have some more trees over here. Let me drop this down here, and let's move on to this one.
This is a good example of a pretty full, densely bodied PE or molded tipped tree using incandescent bulbs. 1,250 lights on there. You can get trees anywhere from 400 lights, 1,500 lights on the same size tree to create a different amount of density of the lighting.
Now, what happens when a light bulb goes out?
Well, you just replace it.
That's it?
You're gonna pop it out, change a bulb out, just as if you would on a regular light strand. When buying a tree, when buying something pre-lit, whether it be a tree, garland, wreath, you name it, try to look for a locking bulb prevent loosening of the bulbs. It'll save you a lot of aggravation over time if you have a whole section.
How many varieties of artificial trees do you have at your center?
We display over 50, and there's more beyond that, but we have a pretty wide array.
Yes, you do. We have some more here to showcase, and this is a very unique tree.
Yeah, I mean, there's You don't always have
to
to have your one tree. You could have a second or third or fourth or 10th tree through the house. Something
A lot of people do that, actually.
Oh yeah. An entry tree somewhere, something in the foyer, something in the dining room, some other parts of the house. A pencil tree. This is an example of a flocked tree. To create that white, snowy, frosted look. Some people don't have room for 10 trees or 2 trees, and they have
a smaller tree, a table tree.
Table tree. When you're getting on, and you still want to keep a Christmas tradition, but you don't want to give up the space it takes to put a full floor tree out there. Table tree doesn't mean that it's a little stick-looking tree. It could be a nice little full tree. This is an example of a good 4-footer. This one happens to be pre-lit in a multi to kind of that old traditional feel.
And we actually also have another a version of a table tree.
Some people like the fiber optic effects. It's a light change in color, one light bulb in the whole tree. Coming out of the base, it's a halogen light bulb shining upwards, up through and through all the fibers into the tree, and pre-decorated, pre-lit. And ready to go for you.
And these trees also come with their own rolling storage bag?
The storage bag.
Or do you buy this separate?
You could buy it separate. It's a great idea. Instead of crunching all your branch tips back up to fit it back into that shipping box, save yourself time year 2, 3, 4. Leave it a little bit more fluffy and put it into a storage bag. It'll save you time the next year.
That's great. All right. If you want more information and check out some of these trees yourself, let's take a look at the information on the screen right now. Kew Gardens Patio and Garden Center, located in Milford.
Yes.
All right, Bobby. Thanks so much for being with us. And don't go away. There's more Connecticut Style after this.